You know, there's a lot of noise out there about women's bodies, crude jokes, empty locker room talk. And so many men, they waste their time chasing a fantasy without ever realizing that what they're chasing isn't even about the body at all. You see, when a man reduces a woman to a physical attribute, whether it's curves, size, or anything else, he loses his power without even knowing it. Because the truth is this: a woman's body is an invitation, but it's not a guarantee. It's an invitation for intimacy, trust, respect, not just pleasure. And the women most men gossip about, the ones with a big V at gin at, the ones that supposedly offer the wildest experiences, they are a mystery that most men will never truly unlock. Not because these women are rare, but because emotional immaturity locks men out. Only 2% of men will ever experience the fullness of these women, not because of luck, but because those men know how to connect. They know what women really respond to: emotional depth, safety, presence. So today, let me show you something that goes beyond the surface. 7 facts about these women that reveal the truth and why most men will never get there. And if you're ready to be part of that 2%, listen carefully, because what I'm about to say might change your entire approach to love, intimacy, and emotional connection forever. You know, it's almost funny how many men out here think that being with a woman, especially one who's confident, sensual, and deeply in tune with her body, is all about physical technique or performance. They think, if I just learn the right moves, if I can perform well, if I can satisfy her physically, she'll be mine. But let me let you in on a secret that most men don't understand until it's too late. What really matters to a woman like this, a woman whose body reflects confidence, openness, and maturity, is emotional safety. That's what unlocks her. Because here's the truth: most of society won't tell you these women are not simply looking for pleasure. They're looking for presence, the kind of presence that tells her, you can be fully yourself with me. You can be messy, complicated, emotional, and I won't leave, I won't judge. Most men rush into intimacy thinking it's a checklist. Touch here, say this, do that. But the women they truly desire are watching for something deeper. They want to know if you can hold space for their vulnerability, for their unpredictability, for their humanness. When a woman feels safe, her body naturally opens up, not because you're so skilled, but because she trusts you to receive her. Emotional safety means she doesn't have to worry about your ego being fragile if she expresses her fears. It means she doesn't have to wonder if you'll mock her body or compare her to other women. It means she feels held, seen, understood, and that feeling is what makes her intimacy with you memorable and rare. Only a very small percentage of men ever learn this. About 2% of men, maybe even less, understand that the path to a woman's heart and body isn't through bravado, size, or performance. It's through emotional maturity. It's through patience. It's through being a man who can sit quietly and listen to her when she's tired. A man who can hear the words she's not saying. A man who slows down enough to sense when she's feeling anxious and gently reassures her without needing recognition for it. That's what creates emotional safety. It's not what you do to her, it's what you bring to her, your calmness, your acceptance, your ability to just be present without needing her to entertain you or fix you or validate you. If you want to experience this kind of connection, the kind of connection that most men only dream of but never achieve, you have to change your mindset entirely. Stop thinking about winning her over physically. Start thinking about making her feel safe emotionally. Because when a woman feels safe, when she feels that you're not just trying to get something from her, but that you're there to truly experience her, she will open up in ways that no performance could ever achieve. That's what separates men who chase women endlessly from men who women choose. Let's talk about something that almost every man overlooks: emotional intelligence. You see, when it comes to intimacy, most men are taught to focus on external things, how they look, what they say, what they buy, what moves they make, but very few men are taught to pay attention to what really matters to a woman, how emotionally aware and attuned you are. And here's the thing, a woman who knows herself, who's comfortable in her own body, who owns her sensuality, is extremely selective about who she lets into her emotional world. Her vulnerability is not just about sharing secrets or telling you about her past. It's about giving you access to her unfiltered self, her moods, her tears, her joy, her confusion. That's a sacred space, and she will not invite just any man into it. Only emotionally intelligent men get that invitation. But what does that even mean? It means you notice what's happening inside her before she even says it. It means you can read the energy in the room when she's silent. It means you can hold space for her when she's overwhelmed instead of trying to fix her or becoming defensive. Most men think, if I just say the right words, I can calm her down, but she doesn't want words. She wants to feel that you're tuned in to her emotions, that you can sense what she's feeling without needing her to spell it out. And this is where 98% of men fail. They get frustrated. They think she's being too emotional or too complicated. They pull away or shut down when she becomes vulnerable. And in doing so, they lose the very intimacy they claim to want. But the man who leans in, the man who can sit with her in her messy emotions and not be shaken, that man is rare. And she knows it. That's why women who know their worth don't settle easily. They're not impressed by shallow confidence or empty charm. They want a man who can stay steady when they feel fragile, a man who can recognize when I'm fine doesn't really mean she's fine, and instead of getting irritated, he gently asks what's really going on. Emotional intelligence is attractive because it tells her she's safe. It tells her you can handle her depth. It tells her that she won't have to carry the weight of the relationship alone, that you'll meet her emotionally, not just physically. So if you want to stand out, if you want to be the man she opens up to in a way she's never opened up to anyone else, then work on your emotional awareness. Pay attention to her body language, listen to what she's not saying, practice empathy, patience, and presence. Because when you show her that you're emotionally intelligent, you unlock something most men will never experience, a woman who trusts you with her full self, heart, body, and soul. One of the biggest mistakes men make, especially when they encounter a woman who's confident in herself, in her sexuality, and in her presence, is thinking that she can be impressed with superficial things. And I mean it, they show up with expensive dinners, shiny cars, name, dropping all the places they've been and the people they know. But what they don't understand is this: women like her, women who truly know themselves and their value, they are not easily impressed. You see, when a woman is deeply in tune with herself, she's not looking for a man to entertain her or impress her with material things. She's looking for a man who is real, a man who is grounded, present, and comfortable in his own skin. She notices things other men think are invisible. How you treat the waiter, how you speak about your friends when they are not around, whether your words and actions match consistently. And when she senses that you're trying too hard to win her approval, showing off, exaggerating, pretending to be more confident than you really are, she pulls away. Not because she's difficult, but because she's looking for something deeper than charm. She's looking for authenticity. And here's the part that most men will never realize. She doesn't even need you to have it all figured out. You don't need to be perfect, rich, or suave. What impresses her is your honesty, your self-awareness, your ability to sit with your flaws and insecurities without running from them or hiding them behind bravado. In fact, it's your vulnerability that draws her in. Not the kind of vulnerability that overshares or dumps your emotional baggage on her, but the kind that says, "This is who I am, and I'm okay with it." That's rare. That's magnetic. So when a man approaches a woman like this thinking he can buy her attention with gifts or impress her with stories, she sees through it immediately. She can tell when a man is disconnected from himself. She can feel when a man is performing, when he's not present, when he's saying things for effect rather than speaking from the heart. And that's why so few men ever truly connect with women of this depth. Because they're too busy seeking approval rather than offering presence. If you really want to stand out, if you want to be that man who quietly commands respect and attraction, then stop trying to impress her. Stop rehearsing lines, stop flashing things that don't matter. Instead, bring your whole self to her. Show her that you're comfortable with silence, that you can just sit and be. Show her that you don't need her attention to feel valuable because you already value yourself. That's what impresses a woman who knows herself. Not your money, not your looks, not your charisma, but your peace. Your ability to be real in a world full of performance. That's the man she'll remember. That's the man she'll choose. You know, people often underestimate how deeply intuitive women really are, especially women who are comfortable with themselves, their bodies, and their emotions. A lot of men still believe it's all about what they say. They think the right words will win her over, the right compliments will melt her heart, or that reciting smooth lines will create instant attraction. But the truth is this: a woman reads your energy before she listens to your words, and if your energy and your words don't align, she's going to trust your energy every single time. A woman who is emotionally in tune can feel your intentions the moment you enter the room. Before you say a single word, she's already picking up on the way you hold yourself, how grounded or anxious you are, whether your smile is genuine or forced, and whether you're showing up as your authentic self or playing a role you think she wants. This is why so many men fail to connect at a deeper level, because even if they memorize every pickup line, even if they know how to flatter her, their energy betrays them. You can't fake calmness, you can't fake confidence, you can't fake being emotionally centered. She's sensitive to this because she's learned to protect herself emotionally. And that protection isn't just about guarding her heart, it's about sensing whether she can feel safe in your presence. If you're fidgety, distracted, overly eager, or coming across as desperate, she feels that. If your energy is chaotic, she won't trust your words, no matter how polished they sound. And that's the point most men miss. They try to talk their way into her trust without realizing that trust begins with presence. You could say all the right things, but if you're restless inside, if you're just trying to impress or seeking validation, she feels it, and she'll keep her guard up. But when you bring calm energy into the interaction, when your posture is relaxed, your breath is steady, and your attention is fully on her, not bouncing around in your head or your phone, that's what makes her take notice. That's what makes her body and mind start to soften around you. And what's beautiful about this is that it doesn't require perfection. You don't have to master a set of techniques. You simply have to bring your whole self, be honest with where you are emotionally, and meet her with stillness. Because in that stillness, in that grounded masculine presence, she feels that you're safe, not because you told her so, but because you showed her so. Remember this: long before she hears your words, she's already felt you. She's already made an intuitive decision about whether or not you're trustworthy, present, and emotionally available. And that's why energy always speaks louder than words. If you want to reach a woman like this, truly reach her, start working on your energy. Start cultivating inner calm and presence. Because that, my dear, is what unlocks connection that words alone never could. It's easy to underestimate this, but one of the most powerful truths about women is this: her body remembers how you make her feel, and I don't just mean in the obvious ways. I'm talking about something much deeper, something that transcends words or appearances. Her body holds emotional memory far beyond logic. You might think that what impresses her is what you do in the moment, the right touch, the perfect date, the clever comment. But no, that's fleeting. What lasts, what stays with her long after you leave, is the feeling you create inside her body. If you make her feel anxious, rushed, judged, or used, even if you're smiling or saying sweet words, her body will store that discomfort. She might not even be able to articulate it. She may not know why exactly she's pulling away or why she suddenly feels closed off around you. But her body knows. Her body remembers tension, disconnection, pressure, and the opposite is also true. If you make her feel safe, relaxed, accepted, her body remembers that too. That's when you see her start to soften around you. That's when she starts leaning in without needing you to prove yourself. That's when attraction deepens and intimacy begins to feel effortless. This is what so many men miss. They rush, they try to prove. They approach intimacy like a performance, focusing on what they can do, how they can impress, while completely ignoring how she actually feels in her body around them. But a woman's body is wise. It knows whether it can relax with you. It knows whether your energy is calming or chaotic. It knows whether you're genuinely present or emotionally absent. Her nervous system picks up on it immediately. You can't fake this. You can't bypass her body's intuitive response with words or gifts or seduction techniques. And that's why emotional presence is the key. When you are truly present, when you slow down, when you listen, when you let her set the pace, when you respect her boundaries and her rhythms, her body feels that safety. It begins to associate you with peace, not pressure, with warmth, not wariness. That's what creates real intimacy. When her body says yes because it feels safe, not because you convinced her, but because your energy allowed her to relax fully into the experience of you. So I want you to ask yourself this simple but powerful question. How do women feel in their bodies when they're around you? If you've been struggling to connect, to create that ease and depth you're craving, maybe it's time to shift your focus. Instead of asking, how do I impress her? Ask, how can I make her feel safe and at peace when she's with me? Because when you master that, when you become the man whose presence calms and soothes, you'll stop chasing women altogether. They will naturally be drawn to you, not because of what you say or do, but because of how their body remembers feeling when they're near you. And that memory, that's what keeps them coming back. Here's something that many men never realize: the women you're most intrigued by, those who carry themselves with confidence, who seem to exude a certain ease about their sexuality, and who seem comfortable in their skin. They are not just going to fall into your arms because you desire them. No, they are watching quietly, carefully, every move you make, every word you say, every little behavior. They're taking it all in before they ever decide whether you're even worthy of access. You might think she's open because she smiles at you, because she flirts back, because she seems playful or carefree. But don't be deceived by that openness on the surface. Underneath that grace is a woman who is discerning. She's not easy to impress, and she's certainly not easy to access. In fact, she's observing you the entire time, how you treat other people, how you carry yourself when you're stressed, how honest you are even when you think no one is looking. And let me tell you something that separates men who truly connect from the ones who are left wondering why she didn't choose them. She's not just looking at how you treat her. She's watching how you treat yourself. Do you respect your own time? Do you respect your boundaries? Are you disciplined? Do you live with integrity? She notices all of that because how you show up for yourself gives her a window into how you will show up for her. And here's what makes women like this so special: they are not looking for perfection. They don't expect you to have it all figured out, to be rich, flawless, or without struggle. But they do expect authenticity. They expect consistency. They expect that if you say something, your actions back it up. They expect that you show up with emotional maturity and a sense of groundedness. So many men think they need to play a role to win a woman over, but that very performance is what pushes her away. She doesn't want performance, she wants presence. She wants a man who is real, who is comfortable being himself, who isn't looking for her to validate his worth. And the most powerful thing about this kind of woman is that her standards are not just external, they are internal. She's tuned into your energy, your integrity, your consistency. And if you can't meet her there, no amount of gifts, charm, or smooth talk will get you access. You're being watched, even when you think she's not watching. She's paying attention to the little things. The way you speak about your mother, the way you respond when plans change, the way you carry yourself when you're challenged. These details matter to her because they reveal who you are when no one's watching, and that's the version of you she's evaluating. So stop worrying about impressing her. Focus on being a man who lives aligned with his words. Show up honestly, consistently, authentically, and watch how she begins to trust you, respect you, and open up to you in ways most men will never experience. Because when you understand that she chooses carefully and that you are always being watched, you'll stop performing and start being. And that's exactly when she'll notice you for real. You see, everything I've said today boils down to one truth that most men spend their entire lives running from. You can't fake depth. You can't fake presence, you can't fake calm, and you can't fake connection. A woman's intuition will feel through all of it. She will see you, the real you, whether you're ready for that or not. And that's why so few men ever get to truly experience a woman who is fully open, fully vulnerable, fully trusting. Because they never look inward, they keep chasing external strategies, games, scripts, tricks, all while ignoring the most important thing, who they are when they show up. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this, it's that your worth as a man is not in how many women you can impress. It's in how many women feel safe in your presence, safe enough to trust you with their truth, safe enough to trust you with their vulnerability, safe enough to trust you with their body. And so I'm going to challenge you right now, take a pause. Look in the mirror, not for flaws to fix, but for truths to embrace. Ask yourself honestly, how do I make women feel in my presence? Because when you start working on that, your calmness, your patience, your emotional intelligence, you won't need to chase women. They will feel drawn to you naturally. You will become one of the rare men, that 2% of men who women trust at their deepest levels. So if this message resonated with you, don't just sit with it, act on it. Like this video if you feel seen today. Leave a comment and tell me, what are you going to change about the way you show up with women? Share this video with a brother, a friend, a man who needs to hear this truth, because real men support each other's growth. And subscribe to this channel, because here, we don't teach men how to chase women. We teach men how to attract women emotionally, how to lead with depth, presence, and emotional mastery. And as we close, imagine this. You sitting across from a woman whose heart is open, whose body is relaxed, who feels safe with you not because of what you said, not because of what you bought, but because of who you are. That's the man you are capable of becoming, and when you do, she will know. You won't need to convince her. That's your journey now. Go live it, and I'll see you in the next video.